is a little better right there. That works for me. If that works for you, let's move this back. Don't tell your problems to everyone. 80% don't care, and the other 20% glad are glad you have them. I think that's so funny. Finita is live. Look at that. Good morning, Finita. So, Tuesdays are Tuesday Treasures for Twitter, and we celebrate all the people on Twitter, and we celebrate all the people on Instagram, and we celebrate all the people on Twitch, and of course, the home base, the main place, Haps TV for sure, right? That's the way to go. All right, let's see what we got here. You guys ever listen to Alan Watts? Unbelievable. So good. Like amazing. All right, so let's go here. Click this. Present on T. Okay, so the exercise here is to find a word in here that comes out to you. So I'm looking here and it says creativity would probably be my word this morning. Butterfly After Dark is live right now. It's a lot of activity right now on Habs. That's really good news. Inner experience, I like. Roof over my head. I would totally agree with that one too. These are all excellent. Oh, cool. I like this. Life isn't about finding yourself. Life is about creating yourself. I would say that's true too. Tony D is with All About Jesus. Check out the stream here. All right. Tony D is definitely the mayor of Haps for sure. Okay, so let's hit this. Sweet Pea is an amazing person to follow. I would highly recommend anybody following her. Here's the cup that we have this morning. Let's check it out. I had this the other day. It's always got a coffee stain on it. Can you see that? There you go. I feel like I've got one more light. Listen. That'll help. Ooh, bang. Bang a gong. Get it on. I do that at least 2 or 3 times a broadcast. Here we go. Put it right there. Okay, perfect. Right there. Maybe we can rotate this. That'll be better. I like that better. All right. Put that up there like that. Maybe lift this ever so slightly and get my hand under there. Life isn't about finding yourself. Life is about creating yourself. I would agree with that. Life has taught me never expect anything from anyone. Ooh, that's kind of bitter. A wee bit bitter right there, I think. All right, let's lift this right here. Lots of stuff going on right here. Okay. Dee. Here's some art for those who love art. Oh, look at that. Mike's doing some recordings. I like that. I like this picture right here. Look at this. Isn't that beautiful? The gorgeous. Very nice. Let's see if this is working. Nope. I will be a happy man when that music starts playing again. This is kind of appropriate for right now. The all-seeing owl. All right. Let's do this. Let's check this one out here. Let's go dismiss this. Oh, thank you, Ellen. Thank you for mentioning me. That's very nice of you. Let me check something here. Stephen. Hi, sweet pea Mikey. How's everything? How's your system working? We got to get you a phone, buddy. I know it's 90% of your problems are your equipment, not you. So we got to get you better equipment because things keep crashing. Is your phone overheating? I wonder. All right. Is this true? Life has taught me never expect anything from anyone. Wow, that's pretty intense. Life is not a problem to be solved, but a reality to be experienced. I would say that's true. Oh, I love Chris. Chris Stradler's on as well right now. Okay, this reminds me of that song right here. Once in your life, you'll come across a special person that makes you feel happy, supports you, and makes you feel better about being a good person. Paraphrasing. Sometimes we just have to let things go. I would agree with that. Sometimes easier said than done. For sure. You got to let things go. Hmm. Okay, let's check over here. See what we got going on. Let's go. I think I'm going to enjoy this one piece of hardware here. Get rid of that and this. Interesting. So if I hit. Get rid of that. That's weird. All right. Oh, I also want to give a shout out to Mel. Excuse me. Sorry about that. I do. I even have a muscle one. Not appropriate for broadcasting, but I do. Actually, I have. My daughter used to get them for me. This one has all the badges on the side here, and I have the other one. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's got the big bold letters on it. Voice tonight is not 100%. Thank God I'm not singing. You've lost that love and feeling. Whoa, that love and feeling. Right? Let's have a look here. Let's see what we got. Oh, okay. Sorry, just I'm reading some stuff that people send to me. All right. Don't trust too much. Don't love too much. Don't hope too much because that too much can hurt you so much. Can you see that? There we go. What is a book, guys, that you've read recently you thought was, wow, this is brilliant. This is amazing. This is beyond my wildest dreams. Okay, so let's click here. I noticed Vaughn was on today, which was amazing. I haven't been seeing Bobby bicker as much as I used to either. I've noticed that. Tony D's in the house. How you doing, buddy? I noticed you were doing the rounds. Do you work tomorrow? No, but Bobby now is always on Twitter, doing the Twitter Spaces thing, because I always retweet her stuff. Yeah. Okay. Let's see what we can do here for you. Ba, ba, ba. This is a little different. All right. I noticed they still don't have the music going yet, but they will. Okay, Tony, I invited you up. You're part of the family You get the friends and family discount. But Tony and I have been doing this for almost a year. This is crazy. All right, he's backstage and he doesn't even have to message me, which is great. I love that. There he is. Hello, sir.
What's going on, man?
Okay. Looks like you did an adjustment and made me go into another world. Can't
Can you
hear
hear
you
me?
now. I can
Nope.
hear you now. I can
Okay,
hear
yeah.
you now.
I was trying to fix the audio settings on it so it was good. Bobby was on today. I did see where Vaughn came up because Helga told me. So good seeing
Oh,
him.
I love that Devon came up. That was wonderful. I don't think he said anything though. I think he just played him music talking about life is good.
Yeah, he's just letting everybody know he's okay. That's what's up.
Yeah. How about you? What would you play in the background
I
if
did,
you wanted everybody to know you were okay?
I've done a couple of jams every now and then. I played some today. I'm still working on like a. That's a good idea, Mike. I like that. What would be your broadcast theme if you just want to let everybody know you was like just had some music playing? Give me a minute on that one.
Yeah, you'll
Give me a
think of it.
minute on that.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I like that. See, you be thinking of stuff.
Yeah. Amazing Love by the Winans. I would love that. BB and CC Winans. I probably would play that. Have you ever heard that song, Amazing
Addicted
Love?
love. Addicted love.
Well, they made it a special version for you and I, and
No, he didn't.
it's called Amazing Love. We originally, when we first were seeing each other, it was addictive, but now it's just amazing. Yeah. Or it
This
could
is
be I
why I can never
completely
be on a
forgot the
man
name
show.
and
This is
now.
a
But
man. I couldn't do a man show. Win Ben Stein's money, PTI because of stuff like that. They throw them little slide jokes in, and everybody makes a meme out of it for decades. No sir. But I had an LL song I played the other day. I was thinking about using as an intro. I've got a couple of other.
hip hop hooray, ho,
Nah, you want
hey.
the truth? I'm tired of that song, bro. I played
Yeah.
it to death when I was
They
out.
they did better songs than that, by the way.
Absolutely, that first CD alone.
Yeah, they did some really
Please,
killer stuff.
anybody come see me on that one. Anybody.
Yeah. Do you remember if you go back in time? Do you remember some of the first CDs you bought, or did you buy cassettes? Do you remember?
And
Did you
actually,
buy? I bought
I had records.
45s. Do
I
you
had
even know
records
what a
before cassettes.
45 is?
Yes, I do.
God, most people wouldn't, man.
I have Sugar Hill Gang with Rappers Delight and Eighth Wonder on
Hmm.
the other side. I have UTFO with Roxanne, and then Whistle on the other side. I've got Daryl Hall and John Oates rocking. What was it? Rock and Roll Part One or Rockin' something Part One.
Yeah.
Had
Do you
Man
remember?
Eater on
Do
it.
you remember LL Cool J around the way, girl? Remember that?
That was I've had. He had 3 CDs before that.
You know, Fenty bag and a bad attitude always gets me in a good mood.
Now, let's go get this dude, man.
Huh?
Try to go LL on me. Oh man. Um, I got
Hey, listen,
Disco Duck. I
I
got Jimmy
stumped
Walker
Smoke
Dynamite.
today
You
with
did what?
slide, slide, slippity slide. Forget about your mothers and your 9 to 5 and just sail on. What you
That's
do,
what you do.
just say.
That's what you do.
Do you know
I
who
see you,
that is?
Toby.
That's Lakeside.
That's
Fantastic
Lakeside,
Voyage.
yes. Debbie knows
Yeah.
some good. I mean, Toby knows good music. Big ups to Toby. Toby, you got to stay in touch with me. You knew some music tonight. I'm liking you off of that. Good job, man. You tripped me out. That was from Short Circuit 2, I believe.
I am trying to remember. This is hard. I'm trying to remember the first record I ever bought. Believe it or not, I think my first record ever was Elton John's Greatest Hits. And I think I was 9.
I can tell you.
And Michael Jackson Looking Through the Window, which was an album by the Jackson 5. I had that too, which had Got to Be There on it and some other stuff. But
Yeah, that's almost
you
before
should
me.
listen to Looking Through the Window. It's actually a beautiful song.
Dark Side of the Moon. Who was that?
Come on, Pink
Asshole.
Floyd. Is
Oh, I don't know that.
is
No, I don't.
Ash, are
I
you
don't
not
know.
sleeping again? I nap. See, Tony and I nap. This is what you do when you're old.
Yeah, because y'all maybe I had to cut y'all off last night. Y'all was getting on my nerves, and you was doing it on
Oh
purpose.
no.
You
Was
were
I
like, oh yeah,
getting?
one more question. Oh yeah, one more thing. I said, Click, I got to go. Y'all getting on my nerves. I had to pull a Michael Bathurst on y'all.
Was I really getting on your nerves? I'm sorry, man. I
It
I
was two
wouldn't.
in the morning. I had to get up at 5.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you know what? You know what the problem was? I thought it was Ted who was running the show, not you. I didn't realize it
You knew better.
until
You
the
just
but I didn't know.
it was my broadcast. You knew better.
It's listen. It's like addictive love or amazing love. I was
Oh
confused.
my
You know.
god.
Here we go.
Um,
They people live for that banter, though, brother. You know that. That's the show must go on. You're
the
like Freddie
replays are
Mercury.
priceless
You
because
just
people
don't
are
know
watching
it.
the replays of the videos and getting that on my comments a lot. So I love that. That's why you just do your broadcast and let it go. It'll be there.
I'm worried though. I'm driving you crazy, so I don't want that. You know, some of the greatest partnerships.
The only reason you drive me crazy is because I
Yeah.
try not to do what I did last night. That's the first time I've ever done that.
You
I
drive
had to
me
go.
crazy.
I had
Ooh,
to go.
ooh. How was work? I bet you dragged your ass pretty bad.
No, I was pretty good actually, because only
Really?
because I had rested the previous couple of days. I had got
Did
some sleep
did you have like heart palpitations? Do you ever get that? Where if
from
you
fatigue.
don't where you
From
don't get
fatigue,
enough
yes, I
sleep, you
have.
can get the boom boom
I've had that. Yes,
boom boom.
I've had that. Yes, and it's
I
not.
actually
It's
invited you up. At
scary.
least I think I did.
Scary because you
It
don't control it. Any involuntary muscle reaction is terrifying. I don't care what anybody says.
well, those involuntary urges of you have gotten you in all kinds of trouble. I
I
would
try.
agree.
I try.
Yeah. But you know what? Sometimes you have to say, yes, release the beast. Good morning. How are you? For
Hello.
all of you
Hey, good
who need a
morning, isn't
green
it?
screen, we're here. Okay, you ready? I'm going to be you again.
What are we doing? What? We're gonna do my comments.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
have to do this. Has to be more forehead.
Okay. We're
Oh
back.
shit.
We're back. Tony's saying that I'm driving him crazy. Oh, well. Who knew? That's okay. I hope I'm not driving you crazy, too. Life goes on.
Oh, I have no problem saying it if you are.
I've noticed that. I've had some weird bruises. You know, almost like being abducted in the middle of the night. You look and go, I don't remember that. What's this? What
Ugh.
is this scoop mark? I don't know that, right? And you can't beat the quality broadcast we had this morning talking about nose hairs. That was unbelievable. That
Oh
was
Lord, right?
yeah. My
The
daughter
priceless
sent
underwear.
gave me. I don't know if you couldn't watch the show. He didn't watch the show.
Tony, your sound's not working, hon.
Do you know what
Can't
this is,
hear you.
Tony? This is for nose hairs. This is what we talked about this morning. So my daughter gave this to me for Christmas. So I said to her, "Look, I'm going to get Tony one of these for his ear hairs."
I can't hear you.
We can't hear you, can't
Weird.
see you.
I thought he was just
I
being
think the
quiet, but it's
aliens
like,
got him again. I think they got him. I love you
hello,
too. Not
hello,
since Moses
hello.
came down the mountain has there been such a beautiful man. How did I ever get so lucky to know you? I agree. Thank you, buddy. There you go.
Oh shit. I'm
Ashley,
trying
you're
to
not
figure out how
sleeping.
to do a green screen. Like I want to do a live this week, but I'd like to split it so that way half the screen you guys can see the cards that I'm pulling, and then the other
Hmm.
half is me. But yeah, it's interesting. Try to work with the lovely landscape ideas. So
Does Tony not know we can't hear him? Or he just
I'm
doesn't
not really
care?
sure. I think a bit of both.
You're going to. Okay. Let's do this.
Bum.
Me and my drum.
Well, you're on mute for one there, darling.
Yes. There we go.
Let's
Are you
see
going
if
to
it
read the
works.
comments for me so I can do stuff?
Yes. Hey, Slim.
Okay. So
Nothing. Oh,
listen, anybody who needs a
Steven's here.
spiritual reading needs to know where their life is going or where to get a green screen right in front of you. Tony
That was
is
weird.
just
Hello, store. Hi, Mel.
tearing up the broadcast here today. He's like crazyville. All right.
cat's driving me
Tony, every
nuts.
time you come up, everything crashes. But we're here.
I did the audio settings. That's why.
You got to stop doing that.
You got to do it. You got to turn everything up by echo cancellation.
You remind me. You're becoming James.
You remind me of my Jeep. You're welcome.
She's the only person I know that does squats when she goes into the fridge.
It's
Thoroughly
true.
impressive. Slam, what's good? Mel, what's good? Pain to behave yourself. How is everybody doing?
So do you have that on your phone on a plate, in a cup? Like what's the secret here? Like Joy puts hers on a suction cup that goes in your car on a
What's up,
plate
cat?
or a cup. I love your cat. Oh fuck, I love
What's up, cat? That is a
It's
cameo
like
cat. That's his
I
new
love
name,
that. It's
Cameo.
like, yo bitches, this broadcast is about me.
Cameo.
Exactly.
Cameo. That's the name of
Know
that
your
cat from now
place.
on.
Your cat looks like it has a beard under there. I didn't tell you to pick me up.
Right. That's what they do. Walk right back in front of the camera. I'd just be damned.
He doesn't. He just. I know my place. That's just what it is.
That's what cats do. They let you know your place. You don't tell them what to do.
Yeah,
Right?
he spends half the time on my shoulder.
They have servants, right?
Mm-hmm.
Apparently.
They have servants. You know, dogs basically have masters. Master and servant. Depeche Mode. It's all good. These are real. Something that's the thing. A lot of people don't know when I'm joking anymore. So, and when I give them real facts, they're like, "Is that
Yeah,
real?
right. Exactly. 4 billion years. Yeah.
Is that
Yes.
real?"
We don't know.
That's the best kind of sarcasm when you're left going, "Wait a minute, was
Yeah.
that right?"
And is happiness really a warm gun by the Beatles? Is that real? Because Colin one time went, "That is bullshit." I went, "Look it up
If that cat walks in front of that camera one more damn
one more
time, I'm
time."
going to know something.
Oh, he'll
Well,
come.
listen.
He'll do
It's
it.
she's in the Matrix right now. So if anybody needs a reading, how does someone do that, Ash?
Listen to the cat.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't believe
I can be
this.
found. All my links are in my bio, so if anyone ever wants to get one, they can find me that way through any of those ways: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, wherever is good.
Mm-hmm.
Same name, Ash Balls.
That cat is killing me. Walking dead in front of the camera with no remorse.
He just wants food.
What are you getting? Could you do a cold read on Tony D right now? That's something you should look out for. Do you
No,
use
that's
cards
not.
or
I
anything?
don't think he likes it. I don't think he
Yes, he does.
likes
He's
getting
so
ratings.
open. He's a wildflower. He is. He's
Your
just.
name's not Tony D, my dear.
I'm impressed already.
Yeah, see, she'll give me shit all the time. I love it.
She's fun though.
Over there.
Yeah, I love your archway.
Me too. I like
Yeah,
it.
no, behind you there.
You know, the average apartment here goes for about $1,500, not all inclusive, for like a 2-bedroom.
Yeah,
I have a 1-bedroom and a den, and I only pay like $700 all inclusive for this
because
place.
you've been there a long time.
Yeah, I've been here 11 years.
That's why you're smart.
Yep. Oh yeah, I was lucky.
One of my first houses that we purchased had all the doorways were like that. It was an older house.
I love that. Yeah.
Have you
I'd
guys
like
ever?
to get those little air plants, that you can hang off of there, but he climbs at everything, so I don't trust him yet.
So, can you do just as an example? We're not trying to get a free reading from you here, but I want people to figure out. Like a lot of the stuff you've said to me has come to be, and I feel like if you're wearing a FUBU shirt, you're open. You're open to an experience. You know. So what do you feel around Tony? And then you can also, if Tony's not receptive, you can say whatever you want about me, because I'm open.
I don't even try unless the person says yes, so it's up to him. Okay.
We need an
Yours instantly
enthusiastic.
is. Hold on a second.
Okay, she's tuning in.
It's weird because I almost skip right past your parents and go right to your grandma. And I'm not really sure why, but it's not, I don't want to say they weren't there. They don't seem relevant to me for some reason. And right now, I go right to your grandma. I feel like it's not. I feel like whatever happened to you could have caused you could have been dealt a really not an easy life, but because of that, you've learned to kind of work with the anxiety and the issues that you've had wrapped around it to in order to get yourself stronger. And it makes you strive to be a better dad because of it. But it's like an overwhelming, I don't know how to explain it, like almost like explosion in my chest at one point. So I don't know if you dealt with a lot of anxiety before because you don't appear like it now. Hmm.
Oh, I like that. I can feel that wave. That's good.
Hold on a second. You remind me of my great grandma, where there was a lot more going on than you would ever let people know. And a lot more, I don't know, I just feel like your heart, I know your heart's big, but I feel like there's a lot of not remorse, but almost like you understand people because of experiences you've been through. And because of that, you can be there for people on a level other people can't be. But
Yes.
you'd never actually tell them you've been through it. You're probably one of the more selfless people I've ever met.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what's with the male thing. There's a male issue. Like, I don't know if there was one male that stepped in because your dad didn't, or your dad stepped in and protected you from somebody who was bad to you. But it seems like there was a male figure that popped in lieu of somebody else. And if you have a question, I can always read cards. It's up to you. And my cat's coming to say hi. You're on mute too, by the way. I'm done.
We can't hear you again, buddy. Can you hear us? We can't hear you. Are you on mute?
He was, but he went off of it.
Okay, how about now?
It's
Yeah.
good.
Was that for me or was that for Michael? My apologies.
That's all for you.
Really,
Yeah.
I have had male role models in my life. Yes.
I
Yo,
can't hear
Cat, me
him.
and you gonna talk one day for real. Me and that cat gonna talk one day. Um,
He sounds like to
I'm
me. I
sorry.
can't hear anything.
You really can't hear me. I'm sorry.
I can hear him. I can translate. Go ahead.
Tell her what I said, please. Tell her I said I have had male role models in my life.
She's he's had male role models in the past. He wanted to know if that message was for me, and I said no, it's all for you. He said he's going to have an issue with that cat if he keeps going in front of you. Pretty much.
You're laughing.
And tell her she's good by me, but thank you.
And he says your beauty is beyond his wildest dreams. There you go.
A mess. But thank you, though.
He also asked me if the readings cost more if you're lying on the floor like that or standing on a desk.
Only
That
if the
was
cat's involved.
I really said, no, I really said dressed or undressed. That's what I really said.
only in his mind. All right. So tell me what you get from me today. She's tuning in. But
Well, what did he say? He didn't. I don't know what he said about the reading.
he doesn't really want to say anything. That's what I'm getting from him. Do you want to say anything about the reading?
Yeah, I'm trying to. You really can't hear me?
No, we can hear you. Keep going. You didn't say much.
Honestly, what I told her was, I have had male role models. That was
Yeah.
true. The part about my grandmother kind of caught me.
Yeah.
what she was saying in the beginning.
That was good.
And I'm going to play that back in a minute because
Yeah.
one of the scariest things with anybody who does readings, there's so much that I want to tell people that are gone.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people that I've lost recently, even unaware of.
Yeah.
There's so many messages I want to kick out there.
What?
I got apologies I want to send to people. I don't know if they would accept them
Yeah.
or not. And that's what bothers me. A lot of times you're not supposed, like I said, her practice is criticized. But if there was an opportunity, there's a lot that I would like to say to a lot of people. I just don't want to send the message to the wrong person.
What was your relationship like with your grandmother?
We was close. I lost her.
Yeah.
I lost her in 2002. My maternal grandmother I
Yeah.
knew. My paternal grandmother I never knew.
Yeah.
And I have a lot that I would love to ask her.
Yeah. So
Recently, this year
he
alone,
said basically you hit him between the eyes with the grandma thing. It was good,
yeah,
right?
Was she
Yeah.
little with like, I want to say, has like a nice soft like swoop? I don't know how to explain it. It's not like really tight, but it's not long hair either. It's like oh, what can I compare it to?
How's your son doing? Is he doing okay?
he's good. And my oldest boy, he's upstairs. My
Yeah.
stepdaughter's probably coming.
Is he
I'm
sick?
waiting. Who?
Your son, is he
Which one?
sick? Which one?
Jason?
Jason.
No, he got the
No,
stuff.
no. I just wondered because I heard him coughing earlier.
Yeah, he just got. That's the weather because it's cold and then warm and then cold and then warm. I don't want to put him on meds because of the weather.
Can you hear that he's saying it's because of the weather? That's all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You still can't hear me?
No. I can hear you though. I don't think
Okay.
you're gonna fix it. You're just gonna we're gonna do the Billy
I'm
Preston
dropping
thing
down.
where we
I'm
go
trying
and
to go
serve.
down and come back up. I don't know why the
Yeah.
audio even drops. So I apologize, but no, she's good. I appreciate her. And just tell her, like I said, the biggest thing I got is there's a lot of people I would love to send a message to. I just don't know if they
Mhm.
will hear me or not. And as much as her practice is skepticized, I
I
appreciate
feel
the
like I'm
fact that they
talking to a
can't see
kidnapper
anything
because that's what it
without
sounds like
taking your energy in.
on the
Yeah.
phone when they do
Well,
that.
and I love that you have that reference point of what a kidnapper sounds like. That's good. I think that's always useful. Yes. Yeah.
Mike, I'm gonna drop down and come back up and get my comment. How about that?
So Tony is a classic
Yes. Go ahead.
Sagittarius
Yeah.
in the sense that
I'll remove you and then
Okay, I'll come
you
back
can.
up. Tell her hold
Yeah.
on.
We'll remove you. Okay. And then I'll add
you come
him.
back up.
Yeah, I'm gonna add him back up if he'll come up. Okay. This might work better. You still? Oh, he's gone. Okay, he removed himself too. Okay, he's back.
When's your birthday?
Me?
Oh, yeah.
Which one? Michael
Yeah.
or Tony?
I
April
know
24th.
Tony's.
April 24th,
You're a
1963.
Taurus.
Yes. Yes. Full of bull. Yes.
Is that me
Yes.
that's echoing? Or is that Tony?
No, you're just vibrating high. That's good. I felt that was nice. Very nice, by the way. It was no. I mean no. Oh, women. All right, there you go. Okay.
Hey, Milton.
Milton,
There it is.
how are you, buddy?
Can you hear me now?
Perfect.
Yes.
You know why? Because I got rid of you.
Before I lose my audio again, I
Why?
want to thank you for what you did say. A lot of your practice is skepticized and criticized, but there's so much that I would love to tell so many people. That's why I just wait to see what you're able to tell me, because I want to know if people hear me when I do pray for them and when I do speak to them. So what you're saying does do a lot to me. So you're good. I appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
That damn cat.
Anytime. I know. He's up and seeing he's behind us, and it's hard for me to sound
That
like I
cat
care
heard-
when
that
I'm
cat
like,
heard me.
But
That
he's
cat
feeling
heard
the
me.
energy in the room, right? So when she tunes in, he's feeling that energy. Animals are super sensitive.
Cats are too.
he's batshit. He's batshit crazy. He's not the smartest tool in the shed.
Yeah.
Here, Bubba.
Well,
I know she was going to say something else. I was going to ask her to go ahead and finish what she was saying before I had to
yeah,
jump.
do that.
What's up, Milton?
Well, if you're speaking to just your sign, obviously, I mean, you're a classic Sagittarius, but we're all very unique and different too. So to me, you're that person that when you love unconditionally and with all of your heart. Obviously, your family dynamic's been kind of flipped upside down to what's expected or what you had hoped for.
Absolutely.
But you're realizing now that it's going to be so much better than that because of it. So everything you do, it's just it's the effort you put in, and you're willing to do the hard work because you love your kids unconditionally.
That's pretty
So
That's pretty good.
I
That's pretty
think you need to just know you're doing a good job,
Thank
and
you.
kudos to you, because single dad is not easy, and you're doing them proud. So
Thank you.
Yeah, you're an incredible man. He really is, and
Appreciate it.
he's really good at juggling. But he's doing the mom role and the dad role a lot of times, so that's hard.
yeah,
And
That
what?
role's not hard. The biggest thing to me, to any parent, is when you can't afford it and you don't have the time to do it. It's always one or the other. And that's a struggle for me. I'm in a situation where I was able to manage both this year. I consider that to be a blessing. Because there were times when I couldn't be there for my oldest. And it killed me inside.
Yeah,
yeah.
That kills me. Any parent, I know guys going through so much. I know women going through so much. It tears my soul apart. If you ever see that movie, The Pursuit of Happiness, I can't watch it.
oh, I
I
know,
love
that's
that
insane.
movie.
When
That's
he
I
was
insane.
in
love
the
that movie.
bathroom stall trying to let his
Yeah,
son sleep and he was holding him, that
yeah,
terror, that is torture to me. To
yeah,
watch single moms going through the stuff they go through. I don't like seeing parents go through it. That's why when the parents come up here, I just trip out and act up with them. And I'm like, listen, come up here, just clear your mind.
yeah.
Yep.
Because you need that more than anything. When you can get peace of mind, you can either look for a new opportunity or be able to handle what you're
Hmm.
going through at the same time. And I really want to pass that on to every parent out here.
Milton, I agree. I
Oh, well,
agree.
thank you. I get that. He's the second person that I like met out of the blue that has said that about me. That's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
And I've had a lot of decent role models in my life, including my father. I do miss him. We didn't see him all the time, but when we saw him, we had nothing to worry about. And I try to make sure my boys feel like that. My stepdaughter too, their cousins,
Thank
my
you,
cousins, my
Milton,
nephews, my siblings.
for Tony
Thank you,
D,
Milton.
and
Appreciate it.
thank you, Milton. We do appreciate you. Thank you so much. We're getting deep here, Milton. We're talking to the leprechauns in the backyard today. So yeah.
That's a shame. You all be good. I'm going to get ready for bed. Ash Pauls, thank
Okay.
you, man. You take care of
Sweet
yourself.
dreams.
I always tell your sisters, I say hi because I ain't seen them since the update. You tell them I said what's up because y'all was tripping me out in that one bracket. I swear I was rolling. I said, yeah, they got a vibe here. I got
The
to watch
one's
this.
messaging me right now. She's
Yeah,
like, "What are you doing?"
tell them I said hello. Mike, I'll catch you tomorrow, though, for real, man.
Be good. You know
Y'all
what?
be
What
good.
she's doing is she's showcasing her talent so people can see that. And the
Yeah.
great thing is they can watch this, and then it makes them want to get closer to the woman who is enjoying the fridge from the floor.
It's the cat that walks in front of the camera. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Y'all be
Yeah, he
good. I'll
has his
talk to
own
y'all tomorrow.
following.
But nothing's random, right?
Be good,
It's true.
y'all.
Take care.
Hi, sweetie.
All right.
Well, you hit him right between the eyes there. You got him good. That was good. I like that. I saw a lot in his eyes.
He's got a good heart,
Yeah.
and he deserves the best. He's one of the good ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, you asked me about my birthday,
Yeah. Okay. Let me see. What
and
I
then
can,
you
'cause
said
I've
Taurus,
done.
and then you looked at me like
That explains a
that
lot.
explains a lot.
So I don't believe in that stuff totally,
Mm-hmm.
because I mean, I know there's more to it than just that,
Yes.
and I think with every sign you can find something in it that applies to you, but there is key things about it. Like, for instance, most people don't realize that Taurus is a fixed sign, which means stubborn.
Mm. Do you see
Um
that in me?
oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
You can have a little bit of stubbornness in you, but in more of a fun, like silly way. But I could see where it could be bad if someone pushed your wrong button.
Oh, I can be a nasty curmudgeon if
Yep.
you rub me the
Very
wrong.
family orientated. And you can tell by the way you talk about your wife and daughter, you're a total
Yeah.
mush when it comes to them. Also likes nice things, but can find a deal. They're all about deals, like your $4 nose trimmers.
Yes. Come on.
Okay, let's see.
I'm gonna send her one. Well, actually, two. One for each nostril. I'm going all out for it. Why wait when you can have the sensation right away?
Right?
Yeah.
You need to watch. You have too high of expectations on yourself, and I think for
Mm,
you got really good support system around you. Is your wife or daughter a Cancer?
no.
No. Okay, they don't have to be. I just wondered because that comes up with the Two of Cups.
November.
But
November.
oh, so they're the next one. They're Scorpio, probably.
That's right. There you go.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
A lot of my intense relationships throughout my life have been
Scorpios.
yes.
Same here. Scorpios and Cancers have always been in my family.
Yeah, we've. Is it okay if we bring Milton up, or is his
Of course, I don't
narcissistic
care.
relationship with his guitar and
Oh, what?
come feel my big guitar?
But for you, you
Yeah.
get both Mars, a lot of like crazy energy upside down. So showing that
Hmm.
everything you've gone through, your losses and stuff this year, it's coming to an end. And you keep getting that stubborn card, but it's in your past. So it's showing you are growing as a person, which is good. But I think your biggest thing is learning to listen to your instincts more. I think you don't give yourself enough credit openly about how much you really do see and feel around you. You're still holding back a little bit.
Can you break that down a little bit more?
Like
Because,
you like
well,
you're
people like Milton, though, right? They stunt
well,
my. They stunt the unicorns in my backyard. That's the problem.
but you know what?
Yeah.
Milton, like I think the world of Milton because I know it sounds weird, but most
Hmm.
people who are into the spiritual community are so far up their ass with all this weird shit they believe that I'm more atheist than I
Yeah.
am spiritual. So I actually look at Milton and go,
Wow.
I actually resonate with that because I don't believe in things I can't tangibly experience.
Mm,
This is cardboard. This is not a spirit. This is cardboard.
mm,
And it works through me and my instincts.
mm.
And I believe we're all
It's a
connected.
tool. Explain how that tool
Yeah.
works. We're
Well,
promoting her right now, like we were with your narcissistic series of 31 songs to change your life.
Well, like a lot of people
Okay.
get freaked out by things, and I think it's because of what the media's made it to be, or I hate to say it, but
Hi,
churches
Mel.
have
Thank you.
made them out to be. And really, it's just fear tactics. They don't want you to go away from the church to get
Mm,
answers. So if you do something like this to get an answer, or something like, I don't know, whatever you do, if it's not through that way, it's considered evil because you're not going through the
I
church.
do have a question
So,
though. If
no.
if if someone is deeply up your ass, like you said, how do you get back out? How do you find the light? Because so many, and what I mean by that is the
Really a lot
dogma.
of good
Yeah, the dogma
honestly,
to me is, I think, the metaphor of what you were saying. That was
yeah,
kind of
like,
rammy. I didn't mean that in a weird way, but
well, to me, if people don't have to accept it, and they
mhm.
shouldn't. If they've never experienced it, they'd be
Mel, thank you for
stupid
all
to
these awards. Mel, you just
thank you,
gave
sweetie.
Ash. Now, the key is for the rest of the
Thank
week,
you.
anybody who is part of HAPS, when you receive an award, we want you to do this out of gratitude for Ash. You ready?
Do this.
And listen, my current sponsor. Here you go. While you're doing your okay,
Oh shit.
and it's
I
not a
need to
vape,
start
I promise.
I need to
Well,
start drinking again.
I do want you to know that it's an honor to take nose, grooming
Mm-hmm.
hints,
Mm,
from a guy in
mm,
a closet in Toronto.
mm.
I appreciate that.
Yes, storage unit.
In his
Yes.
Storage
NASA
unit,
shirt
yeah,
too.
storage unit. Yeah,
Yes.
sorry.
Yes. Oh, wasn't that sweet today when the dog jumped on me and everything almost fell on? God, she's cute.
I love puppies though. But to
Yeah,
me, it's if you haven't experienced something, you shouldn't believe it. If you don't have some sort of proof of it, then you shouldn't believe it. And I find whether it's religion, spirituality, I don't care what it is you believe, even if you believe avocados are gross, unless you've experienced
mm,
it, don't be naive. Have your own, everybody's experience should be their subjective experience. And if someone else isn't for it, that's cool. It's just their experience.
I
Um,
love fired up Ash. It's good.
hey,
This
Ash,
is.
can I respond to that?
No. No, I'm just kidding. Yes.
What what I love about what you just said is that
I'm
you've
gonna
had
go get a coffee. I'll be
experiences.
right back.
No, I'm sorry, Mike. I don't mean to go that way.
No, no,
But
no.
what I mean,
There's nothing to be sorry. I'm just gonna get a coffee. I'll be right
okay,
back.
no, I'm sorry. But what I mean, what I love what you said right there is that so many times you're definitely more spiritual than I am,
Yeah.
most definitely.
Yeah.
And so what bothers me so much amongst people who consider themselves spiritual is that they look down upon me
because
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe that.
Oh
Okay.
yeah. Oh yeah. I get told I'm a
And
bad Catholic all the time. I
yeah,
get told, and it's like to me, I want you to believe what you know, and if you don't believe in
yes,
it, I don't care. I just want you to be a nice person. I'm
agreed.
not gonna
It,
like, I don't know. People I think need to be more open-minded. Like to me, I love reading Bert Ehrman books and finding like I love atheist stuff. And most people in the spiritual community don't do well with me because I call them on their bullshit because I actually
mhm.
study.
Well, I do want to let you know. Do you know who? Oh my goodness. Not. Um, oh my goodness. I'm actually in a book. I've had a little drink tonight. I apologize.
Oh, I don't care.
I, I'm actually in a book called "Caught in the Pulpit" by Daniel Dennett. You know who he
Are you
is?
serious? Yeah.
Yeah, and Lynn
Caught in the pulpit.
Lascola. And I
Okay.
am I am I am Dave the missionary in the book "Caught in the Pulpit."
Really? I'm gonna look for that. That's cool.
And I was actually quoted by Daniel Dennett in the book.
Oh, that's awesome. Holy shit.
Yeah. Well, I'll be right back. I think I have it right over here. Just give me a second.
Yeah, that's cool. Blazing. I love stuff like this. This is like the type of stuff I geek out on. He's getting a book to show me that he said.
All by myself. Don't wanna be all by myself anymore.
I wonder if there's a way. You know what? I'll give it in the replay so that way I can read it because I'm gonna look that up.
Yeah, it's "Caught in the Pulpit" by Daniel Dennett, Lynn Lascola, and you can actually download it on Amazon as well as buy the book on Amazon. So,
Oh,
What
I'm
does
gonna
the
be
last
downloading it
word
tonight.
mean? What does that word mean?
"Caught in the Pulpit" is that right now there's something called the Clergy Project,
Yeah.
where
Oh,
there are 1,200
yep.
former ministers and imams and priests who no longer believe, and this is a book talking about it. So,
Okay, just 1 second here. Alexa, what does pulpit mean?
Pulpit is usually defined as a platform or raised structure in a church from which the sermon is delivered or the service is conducted. For more, ask me to give you more definitions for pulpit.
It also has below it where you have number 3 there. It's if you're too far into the anal canal, please try find the light. I see it on the bottom there. There it is. It's right there for sure.
Find the
Okay.
lights.
Wrapped up like a deuce.
you know, the rumor in the night.
That's a good song though.
Yeah.
It is. Very psychedelic parts of it. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Some drugs were definitely involved in there. Elliot, he's here. He's there. He's everywhere. Yeah. So I agree with you. Once they get into the controlled tactics, and for me, what really turned me off on a lot of religions is one path is not the only path.
Yep. You have to work. Every person's unique, and like everything that we believe or see or experience is something that's come out like from the outside in and based off of what we've been through, how we've been raised, where we've been
Yeah.
raised. All of that then comes out as our subjective experience, and people should respect it, just like we should respect the fact that it's going to be different for other people.
Can I ask you a
But I
personal question? Is it okay?
no,
Because
damn it.
my guides are asking me something here.
Yeah, go for it.
That's okay. So my guides, and this is how it works. Sorry, Milton, I don't want to freak you out, but
I don't care.
the they were asking me why would your friends be against you sharing your gifts on air? Because it
Oh, I think it's the opposite. They push me all the time and I'm so damn shy about it. Like my one friend is probably my biggest plugger for it, but I'm just not I don't know. I don't like being like I don't want to be that typical person who's like I can do all this weird spiritual stuff and really I don't even know what I'm talking about.
1-900. If you call right now,
Yeah, like it just
you can have a chance to have the earbud that Milton's dog ate. Now, if you put this in your left ear and only do it in top of your heels and say, "No place like home," you will connect with your angelic beings. And thank you.
Right? I
Ladies
just
and gentlemen,
think
boys and girls. I'm sorry.
there's so much naive people in the spiritual community that 99% of them I don't get along with or respect
Right.
because I just don't like it. I just they have no basis for what they believe
Mm. What do you
at
think I
all.
believe? I'm curious to, because you would have to tune into that if you.
You're not religious, and I don't really think you ever have been, to be honest with you. So I
Hmm.
think you got a little you got respect just for that fact because I wasn't raised religious ever. So to
Right.
me, God never was part of the equation. And I think you believe there's a source, but more of an energetic one, like where we're all connected together. But I think you believe that there could be more spiritual beings that are around than say like the typical like say people like personally I believe I've seen people since I was 6 but I've not seen say a fairy or you know
Hmm.
Milton's leprechaun or any of that stuff but
Well,
I
only
bel
on anahuasca.
yeah exactly right
Right. Magic
but
mushrooms. Yeah.
I sadly did not trip out on magic mushrooms. I just smiled for 7 hours and it was not it was I was too happy.
So just for giggles,
Mhm.
how would you view Milton?
Well,
Who
one
is
I haven't
Milton?
even tried just because
Who
out
is
of respect
Milton?
for you.
Do you know a Milton?
Well, usually I'll say it flat out. I wouldn't even bother because I don't think you would be wanting it, one, in a way that was anything other than shits and
No,
giggles.
no,
So it's
no,
kind
no,
of
no, no, no. The thing is that I am absolutely open to how people think and their opinions, and so the only
I
reason why I
like that.
asked you, only reason why I asked you is I'm just not like closed off to everything.
Well, the
I, I
fact that
I'm
you talk to
curious.
me, the fact that you okay, just from like this is more of a psychology thing. Just from the fact of being around you, I liked you before I ever talked to you because I've heard you go in people's scopes and go or their broadcasts and go, I don't believe in what you believe in, but I respect what you believe in. And I always liked that because I was like, you know what, he's still showing support, even though it's not his thing. And I think you are a hell of a lot more intelligent than you have the
Present.
opportunity to
Yeah.
express.
Agreed.
Like I think you're a big book nerd and have a lot of knowledge that you could share with people about information, but you don't have the opportunity because there's not broadcasts on those topics for you to discuss them. And I honestly would love to do a broadcast like that with you because I think you're smart as hell. And I love that kind of stuff.
Wow, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel better about myself.
Well, that's the key. So, can we talk about what it would cost to have a reading?
Yeah. Well, I have a lot of physical health problems,
Yeah.
so I haven't been doing them like I usually do.
Mm-hmm.
Usually I do pre-recorded readings. So you just give
Yeah.
me the questions and I do a video for you within 24 hours. And it's 20 bucks.
Mm-hmm. That's a great deal. So, how many questions can you ask? 5?
5. Yep. It can be
5.
mediumship, it can be whatever you want. And if I don't get it, then I'll do another question. If I
That's
don't feel like if I don't feel like it's good enough, they don't pay. Plain and simple. Because you're not going to fit with everybody. I've had people come here for 2 hours. The one, the niece, I did really well with. She left with a free deck of cards. The aunt got her money back because I just didn't feel like it was good enough.
Elliot, you're not dumb.
I think Elliot has a heart of gold. And I think that
I agree.
people think of him as more of just a partier when he's a lot deeper inside.
Agreed.
Well, I love the love that he does have for Jesus. Like, it is impressive,
Hmm.
and it shows another side of him when he
Hmm.
puts that hat on. Like
Well,
he be,
I
you
like the
know,
way he talks to his daughter. I heard him answer the
yeah.
phone the
mm-hmm.
other day and the way he talked to her, it reminded me of my dad when I was little, and
Mm-hmm.
it melted my heart. I was like, that right there shows he's a good man because a man
Well,
who doesn't care to doesn't mind sharing their emotions, that's
Mm-hmm.
rare in this world. And a lot
well,
of you guys on here do that. Sorry, honey. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Um, Elliot and I had many debates on Periscope, and we're friends, and so he's pretty much like I was at one time, I don't look down upon that at all whatsoever. Because that was me at that time.
You
I'm
would
not
know
saying
better than anyone,
I'm
right?
not saying that I've graduated or better, or I'm not saying anything like that at all. I'm just saying that I know where he comes from. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. A lot of people don't realize about the atheists I've met. They're some of the smartest people, and they've come from a highly religious, knowledgeable
Mm.
background. And that for them, it just didn't resonate in the end for the answers they were looking for. But they know a lot about religion and live that lifestyle a lot. And I think a lot of times they get told that they don't know what they're saying, and really they do.
Well, the funny thing is,
Elliot says he appreciates that,
Mhm.
and intuitively, I'm getting he's like, Milton, you need to learn to hug me more.
Well, the funny thing is when Elliot says that he's going to pray for my wife and her mother, I appreciate that because I know my wife believes that, my mother-in-law believes that, and if it's true, then of course, who wouldn't want that? And and,
That's
and,
how I
and
look
so
at
and
it.
so when
Yeah.
so when people say that and they know I'm not a Christian, I'm not like, oh no, don't say that. I'm not doing that. I'm like, hey, go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And you know what's coming, like that's like me. I've had people do that with me, and honestly, to me, I know coming from them, it's their way of showing support and love, and I think that's beautiful, and I think it means a lot.
agreed.
What the hell is this?
Because
So,
because
so what you're supposed to do? We're switching this up a bit here for a second, just for a
okay.
second. I'm throwing a curveball in here. Um, I want you to look at this piece of paper and focus on one of the words. You might even see a partial word. And then from that, I want you to form a thought from that word or tell me the feeling or experience you're going through. The other thing I want to do before we do this, and I did that on purpose to break the pattern. I like to go deep in this, but not so deep that we're putting people into a coma. The
Sorry.
It's okay. No, it's good. I think this is something you need to do like 2 hours. Have multiple people come up and just read them. Because I think you're charging way too little. I think your shittiest reading would be better than most that I've had. I love how you manipulate energy. You were doing that earlier. Now, when you were doing the hand thing, when you were doing this, right?
Yeah.
Was that you kind of circling the energy? Like, because I really felt that when you did that.
I was listening. Like to me, it was just my way. Like, when you tell someone, say, like, just be quiet for a sec while I listen. That was kind of what I was doing to myself, where I was like, okay, just sort of listening.
You were centering yourself? Is that what you're
Yeah.
saying? Yeah.
Yeah, like to me, it's just listening beyond the regular noises in the room and just
Well,
paying
the
attention
intuitive
to how
side
I
of me
feel.
says that this year will be where you'll get recognized for your gifts, and the light will shine on it, and it's time. Because I sense from them, it's like, come on, you've been given these gifts. Enough's enough. You've got to walk through the door.
Yeah.
And we gave you these gifts for a reason, and it's not to
I've
sit
been
on your
doing
hands.
it professionally about 10 years.
Right, but I think it's going to be more where people know who you are by your
Yeah.
name.
Yeah.
And your
I've been
health
hiding.
is going to be much better than you thought it could ever be because their agenda is to put you like everyone who is a healer or I would say a master at manipulating energy, if you want to call it that, or cultivating energy, is now going to be shot into the fourth realm, maybe even the fifth at times. And you're here to help the collective. That's part of the reason I'm here is to do that. But I do it through humor and a bunch of other smoke and mirror shit that I do. But
No.
occasionally I will talk about it. I used to give readings years ago, mostly to people who used to come in the store. Never charged for it, but I used to get it other ways back. And I believe that there's almost like a circle of karma that when you put really positive energy into the universe, it does come back, maybe not necessarily right away. And it's the same on the other spectrum. If you're a complete dickhead, you will get that back.
It's funny you say that because the card I kept pulling for you that was Taurus was the Six of Pentacles. That's a card of giving and receiving.
Mm-hmm.
So what you get back in return.
Yeah, and that's where I am right now. I'm also learning, and I think Milton needs to learn this. And I'm telling you as a friend, we have to trust that the universe has a better plan for us than we could ever orchestrate. And that's nothing original. Deepak Chopra has talked about it, and I bet you he's stole it from ascended masters from the 1500s, and they stole it from somebody. But it's a common thread, and there's nothing is random. You're here right now in this room because they want us to be here together. It's that simple. That's how it works. And I feel that actually, as I said that my heart just went like this. I just felt it open a bit, and that's
Mhm.
like right, Michael. That's what it's about. It's not about fridge doors and nose hairs.
Nose
But
hair trimmers.
yeah,
I
go
thought it
ahead,
was about
Milton.
nose
I know
hair
you
trimmers.
jump in there, brother. Jump in. What do you want to talk about?
No, no, no. I'm listening. I'm a study of what people believe and what they think,
Hmm.
and so no, I'm learning.
Okay. So, what word do you see when you look at and anybody who's in the replay? What is the word that you see when you look at that? This is actually a focus game.
Elliot, I just want to say Elliot's comment where he said he doesn't like the use of the word manipulate. I understand what Michael meant, but I understand it has more of a psychologically manipulating people stance. But I get what you're saying. I would say inner experience.
Okay, and where is that there? I don't even see that.
I
I
see
see it
it.
like yeah, second to the
Oh, there it
top on the
is,
right.
right in the center.
Yeah, I like it. Like to me, that's what we're all doing. It's all about our own
Yeah,
experiences, and
Mhm.
yeah.
I think it's not so much about appeasing other people. It's about growing as a person and being the best you.
Hmm.
I would say negative thoughts.
Okay, and why does that work for you?
Because that's a constant battle with every person.
Okay.
Mm.
Thinking well, thinking bad. It's one of those things to where you know, I and I was talking to Elliot about this earlier that
Hmm.
he has two daughters, and there's nothing more than I could imagine to give
Yeah.
my wife kids that in that way, and so for years I just felt myself as less of a man, less of a person because I couldn't provide that. But now I know that I had nothing to do with it, you know, and so when those negative thoughts come into my head, I just kind of push them away because it's nothing that I can control.
But that's just a story you tell yourself. Here's the other thing. You have those that are incredibly successful, and I'm going to use that word again. They're really good at manipulating energy in the sense of bringing money towards them or power. And I've known people like that. They can't do relationships, but they're really good at bringing money towards them. They're like magnets to that. So, whatever you focus on most, you get. So if you want to
Yep,
suffer,
I
you're
agree
going to
with
get
that.
suffering. You're going to get boatloads of it. If you think you're the sexiest thing that God ever created, and you tell yourself that enough in the right way, you're going to believe that for a while too.
Yep.
If you hang out by the floor and by the fridge, and meditate to your Tim Hortons coffee until yes,
Wait.
that last movement there was only for Tony D. Thank you.
Ti- uh, 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 and by the way, in Canada, that's called Timmy's. By the way, go
Yeah,
ahead.
Yes,
that's
yes.
right.
Uh,
So why was that just words, Michael? In your opinion?
which part now? I'm probably about nine steps into another
No,
chapter
no, no.
here.
I gave you my explanation of negative thoughts, and then you.
Yeah, it's a story. It's just a story you tell yourself. That's all it is. It's a feeling. That's it.
Mhm.
It's a script that you've decided to play in your head. Like if you had known since the time you were a little boy and all you ever heard were you were the greatest creation God ever made, the most beautiful being is, and that's the thing. When you're 4 years old, you believe that. You believe that the mall is yours. Yet you believe the cars that you see are yours. You believe the universe is yours. There is no boundaries. We get that wonderment in us beaten out of us And by the time we get to your age, we are so deep our toe in the bullshit that we tell ourselves. And guys like Eckhart Tolle talking about, I love this. And he basically says you have to quiet your mind. And the reason is that's just endless bullshit chatter. He doesn't say bullshit. That's me. But
Mhm.
because the
It,
chatter in your head is what kills you. The
but
shit that
let
you
me
say to yourself is far worse than you would ever say to someone else.
let me ask you this question, and I'm not saying this because I'm trying to be skeptical. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, I am. Yeah, I am. Sorry,
Yeah, be
but
real.
but when you say things like they and you say universe,
Mm-hmm.
you said before that you and I aren't far away from our beliefs, and
Right.
I've learned from Ash tonight that we're not far
Yeah.
away from our
Right.
beliefs in certain ways. And so, who are they, and who is the universe, and thus,
Yes.
is it an agent? Is it you know
The
just the
same.
natural course of things?
Here's for me, and you can take or leave this, but if you die tomorrow and you and I die side by side and we become soil,
Hmm.
we are energy, which is
Of
part of
course.
source, and we are all seeds of God. So, which is again just energy. So, you and I, if we become soil and they break us down, we will help other plants grow and sustain this life.
Hmm.
So, everything in my life is about energy. It's not, believing in sky daddies, but that
Got it.
energy is what pulsates in everyone, and you have within you your own Jesus, if you want to call it that, or your own Buddha, or your own Tao Te Ching, or if you believe that Wayne Gretzky is God or Geddy Lee is God, it is what you tune into. It's we are an expression of light and love, and that's what we're supposed to be. And when I look at my puppy, all it knows is love. That's all it knows, and that is the pure essence of being alive. We are here to love and nurture each other, not to judge ourselves. God never intended us to suffer, or if you want to call it just energy. And logic is energy, believe it or not. Focused energy. Real logic to me is the most piercing logic is probably in the grand spectrum of magic, which again, what you do with cards, like anybody who works with cards knows that they're just tools. They're just tools, just like someone can build a house, right? Yeah. He's going, wow, you're putting a lot of mustard on that hot dog tonight, my friend.
No, 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 no. I've studied different beliefs and thoughts, and so what you're saying is it
Yeah.
isn't outside the realm of what I know.
Hmm.
And of course, Elliot. Should I address Elliot or should I just leave it alone?
No, you can, of course, of course. Elliot's been invited up if he wants to come up. Here's the thing. I'm going to want to ask you one question and just answer this. Do you believe I believe what I believe?
Yes.
And that's all that matters.
Well, the thing is, I know all of us believe what we believe, but the thing is, I want to believe as many things that are true as possible, and
Yeah.
not as many things as
Yeah.
false that are possible.
But truth is a concept and again a feeling. That's all
Mhm.
it is. Because my truth and your truth are actually pretty darn similar. I just have a few more gremlins and airy fairies in the backyard. I am probably very close to being an atheist
Mhm.
in most people's books. And if you want to enrage me, tell me I'm something. You've seen me lose it over big, about someone calling me a Christian or this or that because and
But
I
that's not
love
what I did.
Edward and I love Edward, but Edward is very one dimensional
Mhm.
when
I
it
have
comes.
to actually, I'm gonna cut in for a second. I actually agree
Yeah.
with Blazin in the fact that I think it's not so much because I don't think truth is a feeling. I think that's something that we can tangibly actually, measure and prove. But
Hmm.
I think feelings are based off our objective experiences, which can be partial truth, but it can also be the things we've actually dealt with. So, like in
Yes.
Elliot's case,
Hi,
that's why
Elliot.
he believes what he does.
Hmm.
And we all believe differently in the way we do because it's what we've been taught and what we
Yeah.
know,
You know what I respect
what
most
we've
about
learned.
Elliot, though, is the way he fiercely believes what he believes. I don't even need to
Agreed.
believe what he believes, but I believe that he believes. But if you don't have any belief, you're lost. So you got so if you're deeply in the pond of being an atheist, that's great. But full hearted. Problem is a lot of people have beliefs that are very thin ice. And all it takes is a little warmth and they fall through the pond. I get with Edward, you could give him a million degrees for 4 years and he'd still be on.
Well,
I think as long as people are kind, I don't mind what anyone believes, as long as they're nice and respectful. That's
Yeah,
really
like
all that matters.
go Milton.
The funny thing is, I'm sorry.
No, you're
The funny
not.
thing is that when people talk about atheists not having anything to believe in, my truck, um, every day I drive it, it gives
Hmm.
me gets me to Walmart, as you know,
Yes, we
and
love Walmart.
so one day my truck's going to be in a scrap heap, but it doesn't mean the fact that it doesn't give me meaning today. And so for me, life gives me meaning. My dogs give me meaning. My wife gives me meaning. Those are things that I build my life around
Hmm.
today, not upon something that is promised in an afterlife.
Okay, and this is going to be out there, and I'll make it quick. The foundation that I'm on is pretty intensely strong to the point where I'm okay with going alone if I have to. Most people can't do that. If someone wanted me to believe something else and it meant me being alone, I would be alone.
Well, yeah,
I
you
would
shouldn't
be alone in
conform
a heartbeat.
you shouldn't conform to what other
No,
people
it'll
believe
never
for
happen.
yourself. We all really, I don't care who you are, whether you're a Christian, atheist,
Hmm.
whatever, we're all unique in those subcategories to what fits for ourselves. And we should be okay with that.
Yeah,
It's for us.
because like I've heard so many times people, I'm going to be, uh, a Buddhist now. Why are you a Buddhist now? Well, because my wife is. And I'm like, but that's not the reason to be a Buddhist.
Mhm.
I think you get my point. I get Elliot has found something. Like he's dug the tunnels, he's found the diamonds, he's found mineral deposits, something that works for him. And I hope it continues to work for you, sir. Tell us what you think of
Agreed.
all this airy fairy stuff we're talking about tonight. Gremlins and hot dogs and lots of mustard. It's all good.
And trucks.
And
And
trucks
trucks. Nose hair trimmers.
yes, and the proper way to open a fridge from the floor. Here we go.
I'm finding I get a lot more nose hairs as I get older. I don't know.
Yes,
Is that something we all share in common, or?
we do. Talk about your faith because I would love that.
Well, I mean, this could be a conversation that goes on and on and on and on
I'm
forever.
open. I'm here.
But I think that the one thing, without getting into the Bible, without getting into Jesus Christ, without
Yeah.
getting into the Creator of the world, what I'd like to say is this: the one thing that I do really glom onto is I know myself, and I think a lot of the things that you guys are all talking about, which I think are awesome, as far as growing spiritually and becoming a better person, and navigating through your life's successes and struggles.
Right.
There's one thing that I think, and the way I think, and in my heart and in my head, is that those struggles continue to happen when I have to rely on myself. When I have to rely on myself to navigate through those things, to continue to get better, I think that it's going to be a lot harder of a road to hoe. When I
Yes.
rely on something that I know that is a creator,
Yeah.
a savior, it's much easier for me. It's called hope, and it's much more difficult, I think, to do it alone. And these things like this, the board that you have with all those words and everything, we
Hmm.
try to take those things in and process those and work on ourselves to get better.
Yeah.
There's certain things that I rely on another person, which is the Creator and a Savior that knows me way better than I know myself. And that to me is where I find strength and I find hope. I'm not saying that you guys don't have hope in what you do and how you try to continue to get
Yeah.
better and heal and all of that. But I find it much better for me to rely on something that created me and knows me and my heart better than I know myself. And that thing, God to me and Jesus,
Mm-hmm.
knows me way better than I know myself. And that to me, that is what carries me through. So I guess maybe that's the best way I could describe it without getting too biblical.
Can we
I
honor
like
the
that. That's
can we
nicely
honor the
put,
people in the
actually.
room though just for a second here? Warrior Graham is with us. Mel, Mel, I love Mel. I hope Mel knows that.
I'll be right back.
Crooked Muse, thank you. I'm glad you're here. Blason's here. Robert Glazer is here. Yeah, he's a hoot and a half. And some girl named Ash Paul. Do you know her?
I think
Ash
everybody
Paul.
says so
Ash
sweet
Paul.
with
Thank you,
S.
Robert.
S.
Didn't I meet Ash Paul at a bar mitzvah once? I'm kidding. Sorry. Go ahead.
You wish.
Is giving it nose hair trimmers.
Yes. Could
Yes.
you hear the beautiful flames in the background while he was talking? I could hear the fire. It was
The fire.
gorgeous. The
Yeah, I heard it.
fire.
Yeah, I heard
I
it.
gotta say, like, even though, that's not my belief to believe in
Mm-hmm.
a creator, the way he said it was so beautifully put
Mm-hmm.
and respectful to everybody because it's what he believes and what he's felt in his heart
Yes.
to be true. And that's what he should believe because of that. And to me, that I have respect for than over someone, whether it's someone who does or doesn't believe, trying to shove it
Mm-hmm.
down someone's throat. So
And
thank
and
you.
Well,
That
Elliot
was perfectly
and
put.
Elliot,
That was
15 years
beautiful.
ago, that 15 years ago, that would I would have made the same statement as you did. So respect.
Okay.
yeah. And
Yes.
now he
Yeah.
just wants to throw you into that fire behind you and
No,
cleanse
I
you.
don't. No,
Yes,
I
he
I
don't.
does.
think that was beautifully put and
It
so
was.
respectful to everybody that thank you.
I
I
love
think
Elliot.
that's kind. I'm gonna
Yes.
pop down, guys, because I got a massive ass headache and you guys are making it worse. No, I'm just kidding.
I think that's the most honest thing she said all night. All right. Thank you, dear.
All right, sweet dreams, guys.
I'll
I'll
see
be
you
in the
tomorrow.
comments.
So listen,
Bye.
if you want a reading, she's the lady right here.
Thanks,
Oh
Hannah.
Okay.
Lord.
There you go.
Thanks, Hannah. And to be honest with you, one of the things that really is troubling about Christianity these days is that I think that people who are not Christian need, whether they believe it or not, I think we all as Christians need to have a unified way of how we perceive the gospel and are Christians. Because people
Mm-hmm.
who are not Christians and look at Christians look at us as all, well, this person said this and this person said this, and how are they? We need to be unified, and the gospel is really what unifies us, regardless of whether it's Baptist, Protestant,
Mm-hmm.
Catholic,
Yeah.
any of that. That to me is religion, and religion is what killed Jesus. And so we need to get away from religion, and we need to get together with what Christianity is. And I think that people who are non Christians need to understand what Christianity is, whether they believe it or not. But we need to be unified in that. And I think that there are certain aspects of Christianity that have pulled us all apart, and that's what's kind of concerning to me.
Milton, how do you feel about this?
Well, of course, yeah. There are literally thousands upon thousands of denominations for years and years, hundreds of years, and so
Go ahead,
there's been a pulling away from that since Christianity has existed, and I don't want to get too deep into that because I think this is a civil conversation. But what I'm saying is, it's not a modern concept. What Ayla is describing, it's something that's
Mm-hmm.
always happened because I don't believe there's a central force in the middle of it. But that's neither here nor there.
Do we all agree though that we're here to love and learn,
Yes.
and try to make a small difference on this crazy planet, which is in an infinite galaxy, And we assume, right, that the universe is something like 13.4 billion years. Depends on what scientists you talk to, and yet the Earth is only 4.3 or something billion years. And then 10 years ago, when I was studying the pyramids, they were saying they were 5,000 years old. Now they're saying they look like they might, because of water erosion, they might be as old as 20,000 years ago.
So, Michael, can I interrupt for just a minute?
Sure.
What I hear you saying is you need to understand and come to an understanding of what truth is. What up, Jay? What truth is, because you were studying the pyramids and you understood them to be a certain amount of years old,
Mm-hmm.
and then later that it was not that old. So what does that do to your belief of the pyramids at that point? Does it change it completely just because no one can agree on how old it was? That's the question. Is
Well, Elliot. The thing is that when it comes to dogma, there's no questioning it. When it comes to science, when it comes to history, when we're found that it's wrong, then we change our opinion. And so it doesn't matter that, I mean, evolution can be proved wrong tomorrow, but it doesn't mean that all of a sudden God exists. And that is the scientific theory.
Well, yeah, the scientific theory is putting a hypothesis. You come up with a hypothesis and you put it through its scientific process, right? You have hypothesis, you put it through a control group, and at the end of it, you get scientific truth. And I think that people who aren't Christians consider that to be true. If science says that this is how old the Earth is, then it's true. Everyone thinks that that's how old something is. How does that change our belief in anything? I mean, a 24-hour period, when you talk about a creator of the world, is maybe not 24 hours. A day
Mm-hmm.
maybe isn't 24 hours. I don't know, but to me, at the end of the day, if someone says that the Earth is billions of years old, and I'm saying that it's only 5,000 years old or 4,000 years old, it doesn't it doesn't change my faith. It doesn't change my
Right.
belief just because the Earth is 5,000 years old or if it's 3 billion years old. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So for me, just to give you an idea, what I meant by that is we are forever getting closer to kind of understanding what's really going on, because we don't know the facts, and I don't think we will, at least not within my lifetime. And I would love, before we go, if it's okay, because I need to go very soon here, can we just briefly, lightly talk about some of the directional patterns of HAPS and what we've seen? And are you guys hopeful for 2022? And I love your fire in the background there, buddy. It's beautiful.
It's
Agreed.
it's pretty nice, man.
Yeah, it's amazing, actually. I'm loving the sound of it.
You can hear it too, huh? It's
Oh,
pretty
it's
cool.
beautiful.
Yeah.
It's like making my heart just open. It's so gorgeous.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, Elliot, it's making me want to put a fire in my fireplace.
Yeah.
You should do a real one, Milton. It's much
Hmm.
better if it's real, but I'm
Yeah.
trying to create it.
It's like real love, right?
I think and I don't mean to interrupt you, Michael, but
You're
at
not.
the
Go
end
for it.
at the end of the day, I think there's something that we all need to have, what we all share in common. Okay, it's just
Yes.
like everything else and everything that's going on in our world right now. I've said this a lot of times, and I'm sure Milton's
Hmm.
heard it. I'm sure other people have heard it, but I think that change doesn't happen when we're trying to figure out what we disagree on. I think change happens when we figure out what we all agree on, because there's things that we do agree on, and change happens when we boost off from there. Let's figure out the things that we do agree on, and then we'll make change from there. And what I mean by that is we all have faith. We all have faith because we don't know what the truth is, right? I mean, that's what people are saying. The pyramids you thought were this old, and they're not that old.
Hmm.
So now
Yeah.
you have a sense of faith, and science is the same thing. Science isn't going to tell you that something's going to happen 100 times. It's going to happen every single time. A scientist would tell you, "There's no way I'm going to say that. I'm going to tell you it's going to happen 98.5% of the time," and we consider that to be truth. So scientists have to have faith as well. And so I think faith.
Um,
I think
Go for it,
faith.
Milton. Yeah, let Milton dance for a bit here. Think
Okay,
of
go
it
ahead.
as like break dancing, guys. You know, you have that piece of
Yeah.
plastic in front of you. You do a couple spins, right?
Well,
And Milton, as long as you can keep your pants on, they don't fall off while you're doing the thing. We're
well,
good.
I,
Go.
I, I quote Mark Twain: "Faith is
Yeah.
believing what you know ain't so." Um, I mean, faith is believing something without evidence. And so the thing
Absolutely.
is that, and so the thing is if we don't understand something, we just don't cling to something in faith just because we don't have the answer now. And so the bottom line is we figure out what the best possible answer is, and that answer might not be right, but it doesn't mean that I'm just going to cling to something that might not be true.
I
Isn't
want to
that
quote
faith?
something before I want him to I want to quote something before we go here. George Michael said, "We got to have faith, the faith, the faith. I gotta have faith, the faith, the faith." Okay, there you go. Thank you. All right,
There
that's
you
all I
go.
wanted to add.
There you
Love
go.
you, Elliot.
There you go. I
You
love you
feel
too,
it, too?
Milton. I love you too. Yeah, great song, by the way. But yeah, I mean, faith is an important thing, and I really think that regardless of where you're at and what you're doing, that we all have faith. We do, we do.
No.
You don't have faith, Milton?
No, I no, I don't. When I sit in the chair, I know that based upon past history, that the chair is going to hold me up. I don't have faith the chair is going to hold me up.
Do you think Haps is gonna continue to give you the things that you like about Haps tomorrow?
I have no idea.
No, you do. You do,
No, I
and
don't.
you have faith that it's going to.
No, no.
You have
Periscope
faith. You have faith that
Periscope ended
tomorrow
March
Haps.
31st, and tomorrow Haps could end. So I don't have faith that it's going to be tomorrow. I just believe that it will, based upon past precedent.
Well, how do you believe that? Well,
Because it was
it could
there.
die tomorrow. It could go down tomorrow.
Because it was there today, and more than likely it's going to be there tomorrow. But if it isn't, it doesn't mean I have faith that it's going to be tomorrow.
What does more than likely mean?
More than likely,
What does that mean?
because Haps existed a week ago, and because
Hmm.
Haps existed today, more than likely it will exist tomorrow. I'm not believing in some mystical force that it's going to exist tomorrow, because there's people like Pablo who makes that decision.
Okay. All right.
There is no guarantee that we're going to wake up tomorrow, but I did enjoy this
Agreed.
conversation tonight.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
I love the connection of the energy that we have on here when we do get together. And I'm very present in this moment and very grateful to have you here. Folks, that's going to be it for us. Have a great
Love you
night.
guys.
Yes, and Elliot, I love your passion for living. And that
Agreed.
fireplace, I wish I was there with you. All right, take care.
That's good. All right. See
Bye
you
bye.
guys. Bye bye.
All right, folks. Well, that was a very cool conversation tonight. This is what it currently looks like outside here in beautiful Canada. I'm so grateful for everyone who's with us this evening. It is currently 1:27 in Toronto. It's 0 degrees. And I don't know. I felt like that was a very rich, meaningful topic tonight. And even though we had differences of opinions, I felt like there was forms of respect amongst each other. And I'm glad that we do that. Ash, thank you so much for everything that you do. Anyone who wants to connect at a deeper level with their true self, connect with Ash. She's going to give you some insights that you need in this life. Rick Costa, one of my favorite people on the planet, thank you for being here. I always appreciate having you in the broadcast. Mel, may you continue to be a source of light and love in a world that is weary and broken at times. And we need more and more people like yourself who hold the space and the light and the joy. And Milton, thank you for being the unique expression that you are. And may you continue to flower and grow and discover your true essence and the reason that you're here. God bless you all. Hope to see you tomorrow. And just know we're only here to love. That's the sole purpose. And discover new ways to awaken the greatest potential within each of us. Hannah, thank you for being here. God bless. Bye bye.